Good morning. I am Romes SRT Paredes, and I am here to present to you how to solve percentile, quartile, and decile. Let's go. In the treasure cave, there are 11 gold bars. Each gold bar has a different number of carats. The gold bars are numbered 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 carats. Answer the following questions. Are you ready? Let's solve! In finding the quartiles 1, 2, 3, we will use the formula QK is equal to K multiplied by n plus 1 over 4. For quartile 1, K is 1 because we need to find the first quartile, and n is 11 because the number of data given in the dataset is 11. We substitute and then simplify. We will get 3 or the third position for the first quartile. Let's count from left to right. 1, 2, and 3. 16 is the quartile 1. For quartile 2, K is 2 and n is 11. K is now 2 because we need to find quartile 2 and n is still 11 because the given data in the dataset is still 11. Substitute and then simplify once more. Did you solve the problem? What is your answer? 6? Correct! We will get 6 or the 6th position. Now, do you know where the 6th position is? Where is it? 19? Correct! The quartile 2 is 19. And lastly, for quartile 3, what do you think is our K and N? What is it? 3 and 11? Great! K is 3 and n is 11. You're learning fast. Now, substitute the values and simplify the equation. We will now get 9 or the 9th position. Count again 9 from the left. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Quartile 3 is 22. Now, for percentile, the formula is PK is equal to K multiplied by n plus 1 over 100. For 25th percentile, we will substitute the values. K is 25 and n is still 11. We will simplify the equation again. And we will get 3 or the third term, which is, what do you think is it? 16? Correct! The 25th percentile is 16. For the 50th percentile, we will substitute the values. K is 50 and n is still 11. Simplify the equation once more, and we will get 6 or the 6th term, which is 19. The 50th percentile is 19. And again, for 75th percentile, we will substitute the values. K is 75 and n is still 11. Simplify the equation again, and we will get 9 or the 9th term, which is 22. The 75th percentile is now 22. Now, for decile, the formula to be used is dk is equal to k n plus 1 over 10. For decile 3, K is 3 and n is 11 once more. Substitute these values into the formula. Simplify and we will get 3.6 or the 3.6th term. Oh no! It's a term with a decimal. No worries, it's easy. The whole number indicates the position of the term. So, our third term is 16. Remember that? And because there is a decimal, we need the difference of the resulting position and the position on its right. This is because the decimal shows that the number on the term is greater than the third term, but is lesser than the fourth term. Since it is 0.6, we could imagine that it is 60% of the number that is in between the fourth and the third term. Whew! If you didn't get it, don't worry. We will solve it. So, fourth position minus third position, which will be 17 minus 16, is equal to... What do you think is the answer? 1? Correct! And then multiply it by the decimal 0.6. Since it's 1, the answer will still be 0.6. Now, add 0.6 to our third term. Do you remember our third term? What is it? 16? Great! 16 is the third position, and by adding it to 0.6, we will get 16.6. The decile 3 is 16.6. Now for decile 6, k is 6 and n is 11. We substitute and simplify, and we will get the answer 7.2. The seventh position or term is the decile 6 plus the difference of the 7th and 6th term, which is multiplied to the decimal. 21 minus 20 is equal to 1. Then multiply it to 0.2 is 0.2. And now, we add it to the 7th term to get decile 6. 20 plus 0.2. What do you think is the answer? 20.2? Yes? Great! The decile 6 is 20.2. Next is for decile 9. K is now 9 and n is 11. Substitute and then simplify. The answer is 10.8 or the 10th term. Multiply again the decimal to the difference and add. But first, we need to solve the difference again. 24 minus 23 is 1. Multiplied by 0.8 is 0.8 plus 23. The decile 9 is now 23.8. In the city of Nymeria, a group of people conducted a challenge on who can eat the most out of 50 cookies in 10 minutes. In order to win, one must at least eat 75% of the cookies. The winner of the game will receive a prize. Two of the contestants, JC and Jace, ate 45 cookies and 36 cookies. Which of them will be one of the winners? I hope they both win. So, our problem is a group data, which means we will use a formula. For our first question, we're gonna solve for the quartile, and the formula we will use is this. Where the variables require a value we need in order to solve the quartile we need, as shown by this figure. For solving quartile 1, the first thing we need to do is substitute the values into the formula. Summation of f is 55, and we divide it by 4, so we get 13.75, and multiply it by k, which is 1, to get 13.75. Next is we locate this value in the cumulative frequency, and it can be found in the second class interval. Using this class interval, we will substitute the other values. CF1 minus 1 will be 5, and the interval will be 5. Then the FQ1 is 11, and the LQ1 is 25.5. Now, we simplify the equation. We will get the answer 29.48, and that will be our quartile 1. Now, we will do the same procedures for quartile 2, but k will be 2. Divide the summation of f by 4 and multiply it by 2. Now, we locate for quartile 2 class interval. Substitute the values and then we simplify it. We will get our quartile 2, which is 35.29. Same again for quartile 3, but k will now be 3. Now, we will divide the summation of f by 4 and multiply it by 3. We will locate the quartile 3 interval class, substitute the values into the formula, and then we simplify it. Our quartile 3 is now 41.07. Our next question now is decile 3, so the formula to use is this. As you can see, the formula is almost the same, so we will do the same procedures. Now, k is 3, so summation of f will be multiplied to 3 and now divided by 10. Again, we will do the same procedures. Locate the decimal 3 interval class and substitute the values. We will simplify to get decimal 3, and the decimal 3 is equal to 30.73. Now, we know what to do for decimal 5. We just do the same procedures, but k is now equal to 5. Decimal 5 is 35.29. We will also do the same for decimal 8, but k will now be equal to 8. Decimal 8 is 42.5. Now, our next question is about the 75th percentile. Again, it is almost the same as decile and quartile. The only difference is that summation of f will be multiplied to 75 and divided by 100. So again, we will locate the 75th percentile interval class. Substitute the indicated values, simplify, and we got our 75th percentile, 41.07. The class of 9 Archimedes had a quiz in a 1590 math quiz. Those who had the solution but a wrong answer will receive an extra point. Here are their average scores: 4.15, 5.35, 6.55, 7.75, 8.95, 10.15, and 11.35. In the first question, what do you think is the formula we're going to use? This? Yes? Great! Now, we will solve quartile 1. We're going to substitute the values into the formula. K is equal to the quartile that we're going to solve, which is 1, and n is equal to how many data is given. There are 7 data in the dataset, so n is equal to 7. We will now solve the equation. The answer is 2, and it means that the first quartile is the data in the second position. We will count 2 from left to right. 1, 2. So, 5.35 is our first quartile. Next is quartile 2. We will just apply the same procedure. So the answer is 4, or the fourth position. We will again count 4 from left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7.75 is our second quartile. Next is quartile 3, and we will apply the same procedure once more, and the answer is 6. So the third quartile is in the 6th position. Again, count 6 from left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 10.15 is the quartile 3. For the next question, what formula do you think we're now going to use? This? Yes? Great! We will now solve for the 25th percentile using the pk is equal to k multiplied by n plus 1 over 100, where k is equal to the value of the percentile that we're solving and n is equal to the total number of data given. Now, we will substitute the values into the formula. K will be 25 since we're looking for the 25th percentile, and n is 7 because there are 7 given numbers. By simplifying the equation, we will get our answer, which is 2. This means that the 25th percentile is the second position from the left in the data. Now, we're going to count 2 from the left to identify our 25th percentile. 1, 2. Our 25th percentile is 5.35. With this procedure in mind, we can solve the 50th and 75th percentile, which is 7.75 for the 50th percentile and 10.15 for the 75th percentile. Now, we will proceed to the next question. What do you think is the formula we need to solve the third question? This? Yes? Great! We're now going to solve for the decile 2 using this formula. Now, substitute the values in the formula where k is the value of the decile we're solving and n is equal to the total number of the data. K is 2 since we're solving decile 2 and n is 7. Simplify. We got the answer 1.6 and it's the first position in the data because the whole number is 1, which will be 4.15. But, did you notice something? Yes? Great! There is a decimal. Since there is a decimal point, we will need to find the difference of the first position to the second position and multiply it by the decimal point 6 and add it to the first position to get the final answer for decile 2. Just apply what you have learned during our first challenge. The decile 2 is equal to 4.87. With these procedures for decile, we can solve the decile 3 up to 6. What is your answer? 5.83, 6.79, 7.75, and 8.71? Yes? Great! Here are the solutions. Riza conducted a survey in the barangay of San Jose. She wants to find out the kilowatt per hour a household in the barangay consumes in a month. One of her goals is to find the 75% of the household that consumes electricity. The table shows the kilowatt per hour a household consumes in a month at the barangay San Jose. In this problem, we will use 3 different formulas. In the first question, what do you think is the formula we will use? This? Yes? Great! Now, using this formula, we will solve for the quartile 1. First, substitute the summation of f, which will be... What do you think is it? 100? Correct. Then, divide it by 4, and we will get 25. Now, we will locate 25 in the cumulative frequency. This is a less than cumulative frequency because we start the count of the cumulative frequency from the smallest class interval, which is this. This is what we used when solving our cookie problem a while ago. We can see that 25 is included in 35. We will use this as our quartile class. So 24.5 to 29.5 will be quartile quant class interval. Then substitute the cumulative frequency before 35, which is 20, into CF1 minus 1. Next, we're gonna solve for interval by subtracting the upper limit and lower limit of any class interval. 24.5 minus 19.5 is equal to 5. 5 is the interval, so we will substitute it to I. Then, we will substitute the frequency of the class interval of quartile 1, which is 15, into FQ1. Now, simplify the equation. Our first quartile is 24.78. Now, for our next question, what formula do you think we're going to use? This? Yes? Great! The formula is almost the same. We just need to multiply the summation of f to 75, since we're looking for the 75th percentile, and divide it by 100. Then we will do the same procedures again. Simplify, and we will get an answer of 40.55. So, 75th percentile is equal to 40.55. Now, for the next question. What formula do you think we need to use? This? Yes? Great. As you can see, it is also almost the same, since it is 5th decile that we're looking for. Now, the summation of f will be multiplied to 5 and divided by 10. Then again, same procedures as before. Simplify and we will get an answer of 32.45. The 5th decile is 32.45. That's it! We've finished a nice day with a nice series of challenges. Aw, I have to go now. No worries. We shall see each other next time. Will you go with my adventure next time? Yes? Great! I'll message you then. Till we meet again!